Hey everyone, in this video I'd like to talk about the order the content is arranged in. So we've established that there is a lot of stuff here and it's pretty varied. You don't have to go through every single video one after the other like you might with an intro to CSS course or intro to JS. Some of you might be here only for the sorting algorithm stuff or only the data structures, and that's totally fine. You do not need to go through everything in order, but however you do it, please take your time. This content can be a little dense. There's a lot of it here. Remember that this is the condensed version of what I teach over 2.5, 3 weeks of in-person courses in a bootcamp, where it's 5 days a week, 8 to 10 hours a day. It's very intense content. And this is 3 weeks of that. So even though it's only 20 something hours, remember that that's just the amount of lecture. There's a lot of time to digest that and understand it, do the quizzes, build stuff, etc. So on to the important piece, which is please notice the prerequisite lectures in every section after this section and the next section. Every other section contains, at the very beginning, a lecture, let me just show you here, called prerequisites in all caps. And all that it contains is information about which other sections you need to complete first before you can tackle this one. So if you do want to jump to sorting algorithms, for example, let's say you want to go to bubble sort. Well, all that you really need to know, according to this, is big O notation, section 1. If you wanted to jump to a more complex sorting algorithm like merge sort, you definitely need to know big O notation and section 6, which covers recursion, because merge sort, the way we implement it is with a recursive implementation. And then there are some secondary considerations. These are the sections I recommend you check out, but you don't have to. So the first two here, section 1 and section 6, you definitely need to understand. These are just helpful. And you can see as we go later in the course, like if we look at binary search trees, same thing. The prerequisites that you definitely need to understand, and then things that could be helpful. Well, not could be, things that will be helpful, but they're not mandatory. So please pay attention to that. Every section has prerequisites, a text lecture at the beginning. It's there for a reason. If you do hop around, if you don't want to go through every single section in order, make sure you're paying attention to that so that you don't get confused when I talk about binary heaps and priority queues in the Dijkstra's shortest path section, which if we go to that section, you can see, here we are, you can see you need to have binary heaps and priority queues. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Just please notice those prerequisite lectures. They're very helpful if you do want to hop around. Otherwise, you can just go through the content in order. Okay.